Hello everyone, how is your day? I hope you always have a wonderful day every single time. So in this chance, our group will present our material about patterns and meaning of English words through word formation process of acronym, blending, compound, and clipping that found in internet-based media by Rini Diah, Moehkardi from Gajah Mada University. Starting from the introduction. Nowadays, human beings are creative users of language, especially in social media, who borrow words from other languages, redefine meaning of existing words, create new words and reform words into new words or into new meanings. The present study will explore the pattern found in the data collected from the internet-based media. As we know, internet-based media can be accessed through laptop, computer, smartphone, and so on and so forth. In addition, describe the possible new meaning of the words and discuss the cultural influence of the community where the words are coined or formed. In the journal, word formation process can be observed through coinage, borrowing, back formation, conversion, derivation, compound, blending, clipping, and acronym. However, this research only focuses on acronym, compound, clipping, and blending.
Exactly, in this journal, we didn't find information or statement about the methodology used, but we analyzed together that this journal used a methodology qualitative descriptive research. Okay guys, let us talk about the first material directly. What the first material? The first material is acronym. Have you ever heard about acronym before? Or have you ever heard about the words kepo, pin, lol? Guys, that's all words, kinds of acronym. And the first type of acronym is acronyms containing only initials and pronouns as word. Please look at the examples above. And let us pronounce together. Firstly, min, not M-I-N-T. We pronounce this initial as a word. Min, Mexico, Indonesia, Nigeria, Turkey. Rise, resistance interval starting in trains. Kiss, keep it simple, stupid. Not K-I-S-S or R-I-S-E. Although this is an initials. The second acronym is acronym containing a mixture of initial and non-initial letters. Please look at the examples above. Compass, Consortium on Media and Policy Studies. In this sentence, we cannot find each initial in a word compass, but different with a word modem. There are initial mo, modulator, dem, demodulator. And the third type of acronyms is acronym with combination of spelling out individual letters and a word. Please look at the examples above. And let us pronounce together. B-Y-M, not B-Y-E-M. T-Heart, not T-H-O-T. There are a combination of spelling out individual letters B, Y, and a word M, B-Y-M, or T-Heart. The second material is about compound. Bartley defines compound as put two words into a new word. But another researcher argues that compound or compounding or composition might consist of more than two member words. And the first compound is nominal compound. It might consist of noun, verb, adjective, and possibly preposition as the left-hand member and a noun head. Okay, for the second compounds is adjective compounds. Basically, the principle of adjective compounds follow those of the noun compounds, that the noun head element can serve either as a modifier or as an argument of the head. For the example is sugar-free. And for other example, please look at on your screen. There are school poor, under happy, and harmless deodorant. School poor. And the left hand is a noun, and the right hand is adjective. If in nominal compounds, we know the characteristic of nominal compounds in the right hand must be consist by a noun. But in adjectival compounds, the characteristic, the right hand, must be consist by adjective. Okay, and the next compound is the verbal compounds. Please look at the examples about the verbal compounds. There are Pings listen, don't break, and Pings read. Pings listen in the left hand is noun and in the right hand is a verb. In verbal compounds, in the right hand must be consist by a verb. And you can see the meaning of Pings listen and don't break on Pings read on your screen. And the last compounds is neoclassical compounds. They consist of lexemes of Greek or Latin origins combined to form new combinations that are not existed in the original language. Thus, forms are regarded as compounds and not the result of affixation. Please look at the examples. They are hyperpalatable, auto-buy, and otherhood. This compounds is different from the other types of compounds because the position and combination and combinatorial properties, phonological properties, and the status and behavior medial often appear in these forms and make this compound different from the other types of compounds.
Next is clipping. Clipping is also known as truncation atau pemangkasan, the clipping process whereby a lexeme simplex or complex is shortened, while still retaining its same meaning and still being the member of the same class form. There are three kinds of clipping. First is back clipping or approbation atau penghilangan bunyi. Nah, back clipping is the most common type, in which the beginning is retained. For the example, we can look at the PPT. The first example is clipped from ganj, and the original word is ganja. The short of U6 you can read with yourself. The second is ridic for ridiculous, and the short of U6, the new words include popular slang like ridic. The third is pec for pectoral. Pec implants look and feel remarkably natural and have helped many men feel more self-confident and masculine. And the next you can read it yourself. And the second kind of clipping is for clipping or appearances. It retains the final part. The example is first because, and the original word is cause. And the second is piku, and the original word is pihaiku. Third of music, a haiku on the theme of the mathematical constant p. And the third kind of clipping is syncope, both initial and final part of the word. The example is papnap. The original word papi pronuncial. Third of music, a pronuncial agreement that specifies who gets custody of the couple's dog or dogs.
Okay, now I will explain about blending. What is blending? Blending is a combination of two or more words to create a new one, usually by taking the beginning of the other word and the end of the other one. Did you know blending has three types? Those are phonemic overlap, clipping shortening, and the last phonemic overlap and clipping. Firstly, I want to explain phonemic overlap. So, phonemic overlap, it happened because there are overlaps or similar sound in syllables or part of a syllable and two original words. Okay, now please look at the example carefully. So, from the example, it can be explained that internet and expectation have similar pattern that the overlap part. Anyway, the overlap part is the red color. So the overlap part of internet and expectation shares one phoneme belong to one member of the compound. So internet ponym S, and text expectation has ponym T. But the ponym is included in the blend. So when you look at another example, there is errors. As we know, the overlap is R and R, but look at the ponym T. The ponym T in error's case is not blend, so the ponym T interest is dropped in the blend. Okay, now I will explain clipping, shortening words, and combine them. So look at the example carefully. There is gunkle and hibernating. There is guy and hibernation as the left hand, and uncle and dating as the right hand. So the example of guy and hibernation are back clipped. Jadi contoh gunkle dan hibernating ini adalah dimana posisi left hand di akhirannya itu dipotong, kemudian digabung dengan right hand, dapatlah kosakata baru gunkle and hibernating. Nah, sedangkan netjacking and chest drop ini kebalikannya. Jadi yang right handnya dulu dipotong, tapi awalannya. Jadi netjacking, chest drop, begitu teman-teman. Itu sepahaman saya. Okay, now we are in the last section, last material. There is phonemic overlap and clipping. So look at the example carefully. Now we will discuss about grandpa, destination. Grandpa first. Oke, jadi di sana sudah ada grandpa, di mana origin words-nya grandp sebagai left hand plus grandpa sebagai right hand, dan di bawahnya ada destination sebagai tangan kiri left hand plus amnesia sebagai right hand. Nah, jika teman-teman masih ingat, still remember of the previous material about clipping, yang dimana clipping itu terjadi pada right hand. Kalau teman-teman masih ingat, kalau right handnya yang di clipping, maka awalannya lah yang dipotong. Jadi kayak grandpa, grandnya hilang, jadi sisa apa? Amnesia, amnya hilang, sisa nesia. Nah, kemudian terjadilah overlap, dimana look at the left hand, grandp, p, py, and pa. Jadi hampir sama gitu loh, sepahaman saya hampir sama labelnya, sehingga muncullah kosakata baru, grandpa. Sama juga dengan nesia, destination, dimana amnya tadi hilang, sisa nesia, terus bandingin dengan sampingnya ada nation. Ini terjadi overlap, sehingga destination menjadi destination. Okay, maybe that's all from me, guys. I'm sorry if I have made many mistakes.
Okay guys, in the last part of our presentation is conclusion. The first conclusion is the data analysis of acronym do not find acronym spelled in lowercase. This can be understandable. And the second, numbers can also used as the element of compound. And the third, this study also confirms that the lack of the clipped part is unpredictable. And the last, further and more focused study with bigger data is needed to confirm and give support to the findings mentioned above.